you're rarely single. And if you're single, you're flirting single. So not single.
Hi guys, welcome back to Mental Health by Chabaya. My name is Laureen and I'm joined by Chabaya, and today we are going to do a topic on trauma bonding. So Chabaya, what's trauma bonding? Let's start there.
Trauma bonding, in basic terms, is being in love with somebody who abuses you emotionally. So you find yourself deeply obsessed and in love, deeply in love with somebody who takes you for granted, who constantly comes to attack your boundaries, and who, in even some cases, makes you feel bad about your self-esteem. Yeah.
So how do you know that you are in a trauma bonded relationship?
If you're in a trauma bond kind of courtship or dating or even marriage, you guys constantly fight over the same thing over and over again. So your arguments rotate about why you're not doing this particular thing for a very prolonged period. In dating, mostly it's communication, because you find that if a man is trying to hook you up emotionally, what I'm saying is they take you out on a date, a very nice date.
Yes.
They play the perfect boyfriend for like a week or two, and then the games begin. So they begin taking longer to respond to your text. They begin dodging your plans to meet or to see them.
Yes.
And they expect you to chase now, because you first put in the effort, it's now your turn. Yeah.
Once you're hooked.
But this chase, something about men, like men were shamed a lot growing up for showing emotions.
Yes.
So it's very hard for a man to ask you, do you love me? Do you want me? Who are we? What are we? So what they do, they play games.
Yes.
They try so hard to assess, does this chick really love me? Is she really into me? And because like love is linked to so much chaos, and the woman taking chaos, they play games like they won't respond to your text on time, they ghost you, or they put you through hell, yeah? Things like cheating, just to test your reaction.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so what makes you this is a person who has issues, of course,
Yes.
from what we are seeing.
Yes.
So who is a perfect candidate for this? What makes you as a lady to fall for this?
Okay.
Or like as a guy, but anyway, what type of person are you so that you can easily fall for this?
I think mostly in a society, like love has been portrayed as being something very chaotic.
Yes.
So we have terms like I'm drunk in love, I'm madly in love.
Yes.
If loving is a crime, then I don't want to be right.
Yes.
You can feel the level of intensity in these particular songs, which shape how we feel and how we express our emotions.
Yes.
So the man is trying to pursue that intensity, and the lady is drawn to the chaos because he believes in fighting for love, or she believes in fighting for love. And we have songs like It's Us Against the World. So most of us knew from the beginning that when it comes to love, people will not side with you. So you negate cancel, you negate what your mommy told you, because love is supposed to be just me and my partner, and only us have to get each other. But then your late 20s, in your 30s, will teach you something very different, that love is work. You must get cancel, and both of you must work towards issues. So you're prone to have a trauma bond in your early 20s because you're still very naive. You think you know, but you don't.
No, you don't.
Yes. The number two, girls growing up were taught how to be liked. So if a man is to like me, I'm supposed to be soft spoken, sit very composedly, let him lead, let him talk. None of our parents took very few parents took time to teach us how to negotiate for your boundaries. What do you do when you get crossed? They taught us what you do to get liked and to get picked. So most women meet men and they try so hard to be the perfect woman, to be picked right. And men were raised to be performers, so don't feel, just do. So when it comes to dates, men know what to say,
Yes.
how to say it, and when to say it. So the women can confuse this for love. And they also pick what is convenient for them because they've been trained that women should be a certain way.
Yes.
That is very convenient for them. So they perform, and the lady thinks the guy is so much in love with her, but he's just performing. Like, so our foundation was very wrong on what love is, because love was modeled into something that I must perform, I must act to get love. I must sound kind and very laid down as a woman to get picked, and a man must be in a particular frame for me to prefer him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking,
Yeah.
At least for the first few dates,
Yeah.
people put on the very good mask.
Yeah.
But now, how do you know, like this guy isn't coming here to perform, or this lady isn't coming here to perform? Now, where is the love, and how do I know love and trauma bonding?
I love that question. You know, love when people respect your boundaries, when people genuinely care about how you feel.
Yes.
So are they invested in not hurting your feelings? You know, a trauma bond when they keep on pushing the envelope just to see your reaction. Like, how far can we go? And they love the drama. They love seeing you unstable and being all dramatic because that intensity to them means that you're so much into them, and it feeds their ego. Because most men who engage in trauma bond are narcissistic. So it's all about me and me and me. So the more I have 10 girls who trip over my not texting or my not calling them, my not like being available, they really feel hyped up about themselves. Yeah.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And then the lady, like most of us were raised thinking that love is very chaotic. I think I'd said that, yeah?
Yes, yes.
And more so if you're raised in a very abusive home where the father was beating the mother and they're fighting usiku and they're okay in the morning. So you kind of think that like love must be very chaotic, and then we can have our intimate moments later. And it's why we are so hooked to the makeup thing. I won't say the word. Yeah. After arguments and after conflict. So the lady will pursue this man so hard, like, why are you not doing this? You're really hurting my feelings. Instead of them taking a break and drawing the line, how much can I take? And why do I keep on taking so much from this particular person? So it becomes one very crazy and very intense cycle. Yeah.
So same issue, yes. Over and over again.
Same drama. Yes.
So,
but they are growing in their drama.
Yes.
And the man is thinking, no, I can marry this girl because she looks very loyal. After all I've put her through,
yes,
she's still with me. She must be a good one.
Like us and all.
Yes. And the lady is thinking, he will change for me. Because women have hope. If I act right, if I cook well, if I go for seminars, if I pray harder, he will love me more.
So, are there any mental health issues that cement a trauma bond?
Absolutely. Because if you're very self-aware, you work out very fast as soon as you see these signs in your partner.
Yes.
But you have two kind of people. When you go through trauma as a child, you either become very inferior and have a very weak sense of self, but there are people who go through the same trauma and they have grandiosity. They learn that the world is not safe. I can only trust myself. So they buff up very fast. They become very defensive. They are fighters. They take space and they think they're always right. You know, they deflect a lot. And we have guys now who feel like they're so defeated. I'm not worthy. I'm not enough from undergoing so much trauma. So the person who has an inferior sense of self is more likely to attract grandiose people because like when your sense of self is so weak, you attract projects. Because I feel like I'm not worthy of love, I attract people that will make me prove that I am worthy of love. So you work so hard to like secure love. And the other partner who is more grandiose and they think so highly of themselves, they feel like the world owes them and they pick partners who are very convenient for them. So you are very inferior, very superior. You're always working so hard to show him or her how much you love them. And they keep on receiving, and undermining you. But you ain't aware that you're working so hard to prove a point to the other partner.
Yes.
Yeah. So you always feel very drained and stretched.
Yes.
And your biggest complaint is that you feel like your partner is very self-centered or very self-absorbed because everything must revolve around them. Yeah. Then number 2, yeah, we have guys again who always feel like everything is their fault. Like, is that my fault? Am I wrong? You know?
Being crazy.
Saying sorry too much, over apologizing, overly shrinking yourself and your needs. The kind of partner you attract is somebody who is very, in most cases, very narcissistic. So they're hardly accountable. When something goes wrong, in fact, if they cheat, they go like, it's because you you stopped doing a particular thing, you're not doing enough in the house, yeah, and things like that. Like I've seen cycles where somebody's cheated on a lady, in my case, yeah, and she's like, it's because I was not doing this enough. I wasn't cooking enough. I wasn't cleaning enough. I was so rude. I was so rude to him, even as he was abusive to me. Yeah.
So it's like a sort of shame.
Yeah.
For, like, they take the shame that is supposed to be of the abuser.
Yes.
Okay.
Because of the foundation, always feeling like everything is my fault. Yeah. And then having a partner who feels like nothing is their fault. They can't do anything wrong. Yeah. So it's one very unfair balance, yeah, between spouses.
And it can always create that.
So you're always saying I'm sorry and he's never sorry. Even during arguments, they deflect back to you. It's because you're doing A, B, C, D. They change the topic from you very easily because you always believe everything is your fault. So it goes to, why are you shouting? Instead of, what have I done to you to make you shout? Yeah. If you met a lady and she was so soft-spoken and she's not becoming very aggressive, how about you ask her, what have you gone through in the context of our marriage or courtship that has made you evolve from being this soft-spoken lady that I knew to one who's very loud and very combative in the house? Yeah. People rarely explore that. They focus on, you're doing this so wrong, but what happened to you to make you behave in this particular way? Another key dynamic in a trauma bond is always feeling like you want to rescue your partner or you want to be rescued from your partner. For ladies, I'm seeing a lot of us going to our friends and overly venting about your partner. So you lay everything out there. And you constantly discuss them over and over again. So you're dragging your friends into your courtship. And what happens is you barely even take their advice because you're so busy justifying your partner. So it's a cycle of you coming to your friends and venting and then going back to your partner because you feel lighter and better. You're solving your issues temporarily and then coming and dismissing everything you were told by your girls, if it's good advice that is, and then justifying why you're going back to your friends. And over time, this can even kill friendships because you're dumping so much of your luggage on your friends. They're trying to help you and fix it, but you ain't taking it. And then you're defending who's supposed to be your abuser because you are in love with your abuser. Yes. So the girls become the enemy over time. In fact, like once you and your man are okay, you even begin reporting what Chabaya was telling you and your other friends are telling you to him because you're now okay.
Anta Chabaya aliniambia nikuache.
Yes. And once things are okay, you come and cut off the friends because you're like, hapana, sai tuko sawa. Yeah. Don't decide for me. I'm also an adult. But you forget you dump so much on your friends. They have a right. Like once you dump so much of your issues in your friends' laps, they have a right to try to fix it for you because it's too much. It's too heavy. So it causes so much strain in friendship. For men, I think there's a lot of denial when they find out that a woman is very toxic because men, I don't know, like men trust slowly, but women who manage to manipulate men are really tactful. So they play the perfect girl, Miss Independent, I'm very kind, I'm very polite, I'm very sweet, I cook, I make breakfast. So when she begins changing, like men are normally so confused, like what just happened? And they're unable to leave because they're like, am I overthinking? Am I like, what just happened? You know? Yeah.
So Chabaya, this guy has made you financially dependent on him. You've cut off your friends, you've cut off your family members who are telling you, get out.
Yeah.
So what's the process and where do you start when you want to say, okay, this enough is enough?
Wow, very good question. I think number one, if you're in a trauma bond, there's a high chance that you could be a love addict. So you need to know that it could be bigger an issue than what you think it is.
Okay.
Because most people, even in trauma bonds, there's an assault from one partner to another. Yeah,
Same partner.
you're rarely single. And if you're single, you're flirting single. So not single. You're either having sex single, flirting single, or enjoying the attention single. So I think you must first know you are probably hooked to love in a very negative way. And even as you plan to get out, you might relapse. And you must be kind to yourself as you relapse. Because as with any kind of addiction, people relapse sometimes. And then get to understand yourself through in the process. What happened to me that I'm able to take so much pain from people? Because we also have people who are pain addicts. They look for pain, they seek pain. Peace is very boring to them. Yeah, so look what happened to me to make me take so much pain from people. Then also, like most people in trauma bonds, the victim especially, they have a victim mentality.
Yeah.
It's always, he did this to me or she did this to me. Once you're crying the same cry for over an year, 2 years, 3 years, there's something really wrong with the mentality you're operating with.
Yes.
So how do I change my mindset from a victim to a survivor of abuse? It's gonna take time, patience, and a community. Like you must have people who walk with you, but be willing to listen. Be willing to go through the pain of no contact, minimizing contact, and beginning a life from scratch. Yeah. Like what really works for you right now financially? What can you do? Where can you begin from? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and then like also be very key on seeking spiritual support, because as with any kind of addiction, you must have spiritual support. So if you're Muslim, if you're Hindu, if you're Christian, like you must seek your higher power, because it's very hard to break an addiction on your own. Yeah, because it is an addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about men?
Men going through trauma bond, because men are shamed so much and they show their emotions.
Yes.
I highly recommend therapy for any man who is in a trauma bond.
Because they don't talk easily.
They don't talk easily, and they have many, like so much of unresolved issues. You know, a man has so much of unresolved issues when he's constantly like ruminating. They think a lot, always thinking about what's going on, what will I do, what's next, but like they won't voice it out. They become so depressed.
Yes.
And of course, like body changes here and there. So I think for men, because it takes a lot to unpack. So I think most men, I would really recommend therapy for men. Yeah.
Okay, so just in case this person isn't ready to get out, what is the end product and what is the end of a continuous pattern and cycle in that victim and abuser, and abuser? What is the end of this relationship?
Okay, if you can't get out, you must do what we call accept what is going on radically. So make up your mind to not complain about the same issues to your partner. So if they are ghosting you, be okay with it. Yeah, If they are cheating on you, be okay with it now because you want to stay there. Instead of constantly voicing out your issues, then readjusting your boundaries to like make room for them because they lose respect for you over time. Yeah. Because if you complain so much, why are you still here? Yeah. So just accept it. Yeah, if it's that bad, why are you still here? So they begin losing so much respect for you. So accept this is who they are. How can I live with this?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also seek support.
Okay.
Because it still hurts. It's still bad.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
So, Chabaya, what do you tell people who are going through this right now?
Wow. I'll tell them to not shame themselves in this particular process. A trauma bond is basically love addiction. If you constantly blame yourself and beat yourself up, you not get to the other side. Get to know so much about yourself and embrace the healing journey. And no pain, no gain. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chabaya, for always having these wonderful insights on mental health. Thank you for always being the one who educates us. I didn't even know there's something called love addiction, and it has been so insightful for me. I don't know about you viewers, but it has been so insightful for me. I have known new terminologies and I've known new depths even within myself. And if you found this interesting, please consider subscribing and following us across all our social media platforms on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, so that this and more topics can come to you directly. So I've been your host, Lorraine.